Hi, this is Jason Fierstein, the Counselor for Men. It's Wednesday morning and I'm here to talk about stress with you. So I've been having this come up a lot in conversations about how people deal with stress. You know, there's so many opportunities, I think, to burn the candle at both ends. You know, being a parent, being an employee, and then just trying to carve some time out to take care of ourselves. So because I work with guys, I'm going to talk a little bit about that first. So, you know, guys just simply don't know how to take care of themselves overall. A lot of the problems that, you know, when guys come in, they simply don't have the outlets. They haven't created those things that I think women sometimes can do a little bit better. Women are more social beings. They know how to ask for help. They can surround themselves with other people, other women, to look for social support. And I think guys tend to isolate themselves. They tend to cut themselves off from, you know, social support where that could help them and reduce their stress. So I think that's, you know, it's a difference between men and women around how to, you know, one thing that can help lower one's stress. The other thing is guys tend to deal with stress through, you know, drinking alcohol or just playing video games or tuning out and, you know, watching Sports Center. And I think there's a, you know, those things are okay and there's a time and a place for that. But if you're dealing negatively with stress, if you're feeling overwhelmed with it and you're going to those places as, you know, coping mechanisms, I don't necessarily think that those are going to work over time if you keep on doing that. Plus you're eroding your marriage or relationship too, and that's going to create more stress. So I wouldn't suggest going to those, you know, over and over again. Those are definitely not going to work. So working out is definitely something that helps. I think just creating a good foundation for yourself. And what does that mean? Getting the right sleep. I mean, a lot of people need 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep, and that's just something that, for me, I know is non-negotiable, because if I don't get that, I can't do everything else, you know, in my day, and I'm way more immune to things in the world, and my stress tolerance level is way lower. So I think a little bit of stress is good. You know, there's positive stress, but generally today we're just talking about negative stress. So sleep is one thing. You know, eating well, you know, staying away from things that are going to trigger more stress, like caffeine or nicotine, smoking, things like that, I think, you know, are going to definitely help lower your stress tolerance level. So I think one of the most important things about dealing with stress is you have to know yourself, you have to know your body, and you have to know, really gauge how you can deal with stress, because everyone deals with it a totally different way. So it's tuning into your body, it's knowing how much can I take, you know, and when is enough enough before your body starts to tell you, hey, there's a problem. There's an, you know, red alert going off in your body, or, you know, headaches or tension in your neck or your shoulders, something like that. How do we get to de-stress before that point where things start to go downhill? Not just you and your body and your mind, but your relationships and, you know, your work even, things like that. So I think it's important to be proactive about taking care of yourself. So learning, you know, where does stress reside in your body? Do you wear it in your, I know I'm pointing here because I wear it in my shoulders and in my neck, sometimes, you know, in your chest panel, or headaches, things like that. So knowing where does, you know, how do you, when you absorb information from the outside and then it processes into stress, you know, is that in your body, or where is that? Knowing yourself is really important, and knowing how to, again, proactively deal with those stressors in your life. So whether that's working 40, 50-hour weeks, you know, how do you deal with that, or how can you deal with that more effectively than you are now? How do you know you're even stressed? Some people don't even know they're stressed until an event happens that tells them they're stressed. You know, again, their body breaks down, or, you know, there's a problem, they get depressed, things like that. So where there's an actual event or trigger. So how would you know? You know, how are you able to step out of your own situation and say, yeah, I'm stressed? Do you need other people to tell you that? You know, what would work to be able to know, to just wake up to the fact that, yeah, I'm too stressed. So Do you have a support system to tell you that? Are there people that you care about that can help you with that? So asking yourself those types of questions, I think, is really important, because we can't deal with stress until we can put a name on it. You know, we can't deal with it until we know that it's actually there and it's affecting us physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, things like that. So that's super important, I think, just, you know, developing our relationship with stress, because stress, you know, is an inevitability, I think, in life, especially in modern life in America, where we're, you know, wearing 6 different hats at one time. So knowing that, how we relate to those stress, and then how to minimize it. Also, just learning to ask for help, you know, and this is an interpersonal issue, I think, but learning how to speak about what you need, how you feel, and learning how to do that, you know, either within your marriage or relationship, or at work, or with your friends. Because when you can't meet whatever that need that is that's arising in you, you know, you're toast. You end up just holding it in, you know, kind of getting depressed, and nothing good can come of that. So, you know, part of that is just connecting to what is it in me that I need right now from whomever, and how do I get that need met? Because a lot of times it's, you know, the need arises and we don't get it met. It just kind of hangs out in us, or we stuff it down because that's what we do. And then we're building stress, you know, over and over and over again through time. And then something's going to, you know, affect you down the road. So again, being proactive about how we deal with stress, learning to ask for what you want from who you want it in a timely way, so it doesn't do the build-up. So these are just some thoughts on stress for today. There'll be more to come, definitely. If you have any questions, please, I'll be happy to talk with you or email with you, jfierstein@mac.com. You can check out the Facebook fan page here that I just created. And here's a freebie too, if you want to go to my website, again, phoenixmenscounseling.com. If you go to the client forms, it's at the bottom of the front page. There's a free personal stress inventory that I made. It's like 10 questions, open-ended, about how do you deal with stress. So go to my site, and again, you can access that at the bottom of the home page. Click on the small white link in the footer section called Client Downloads, and it'll take you to the next page. There's a personal stress inventory. I definitely recommend that you go get it and download it and start to help your own self deal with stress. So until next time, you guys have a great day and good week. I'll see you next time.